1. Which principle of adult learning emphasizes the importance of relating new safety knowledge to learners' prior experiences? A. Relevance. B. Repetition. C. Memorization. D. Standardization. 2. When evaluating the effectiveness of a safety training program, which approach best measures behavioral change on the job? A. Written test scores. B. Post-training surveys. C. Observation of workplace practices. D. Training attendance records. 3. In curriculum development for safety programs, the primary purpose of conducting a needs assessment is to A. Determine regulatory requirements. B. Identify performance gaps. C. Establish training budgets. D. Develop test questions. 4. Which communication method is most effective for addressing diverse literacy levels in safety training? A. Technical manuals. B. Peer-reviewed journals. C. Visual aids and demonstrations. D. Lengthy lecture presentations. 5. A safety management specialist implementing OSHA standards is applying which type of compliance approach? A. Voluntary guidelines. B. Regulatory enforcement. C. Informal practices. D. Incentive programs. 6. Mentoring in the context of safety management primarily focuses on A. Reducing training costs. B. Passing compliance audits. C. Supporting professional development. D. Developing test materials. 7. Which evaluation model measures reaction, learning, behavior, and results of training programs? A. ADDIE model. B. Kirkpatrick model. C. Gagne's 9 events. D. Bloom's taxonomy. 8. What is the first step in developing a performance-based safety curriculum? A. Drafting lesson plans. B. Conducting task analysis. C. Writing test questions. D. Scheduling training sessions. 9. The concept of andragogy is most directly associated with A. Child-focused learning. B. Teacher-centered instruction. C. Adult learning theory. D. Rote memorization. 10. Which communication technique is most critical during incident investigations? A. Active listening. B. Persuasive argument. C. Technical writing. D. Nonverbal cues. 11. The primary purpose of regulatory compliance audits and safety management is to A. Punish violators. B. Identify and correct deficiencies. C. Increase productivity. D. Replace training programs. 12. A mentoring relationship in safety programs is most effective when A. It is based on trust and collaboration. B. It replaces all formal training. C. It is unstructured and informal. D. It focuses on regulatory enforcement. 13. Which instructional strategy best supports kinesthetic learners in safety training? A. Group discussions. B. Case studies. C. Hands-on practice. D. Reading assignments. 14. In evaluating a safety program, which data source provides the most objective measure of success? A. Employee satisfaction surveys. B. Lost time injury rates. C. Peer feedback. Self-reported confidence levels. 15. A curriculum aligned with regulatory standards should be designed to A. Pass compliance inspections. B. Integrate both legal requirements and organizational goals. C. Minimize training time. D. Focus solely on company policies. 16. Which type of communication ensures clarity in safety policy dissemination? A. Ambiguous messaging. B. Direct and concise language. C. Technical jargon. D. Emotional appeals. 17. The term continuous improvement in safety management refers to A. Meeting the minimum regulatory requirements. B. Iterative refinement of safety processes. C. One-time corrective actions. D. Relying solely on external audits. 18. Mentors in a safety management context primarily help mentees by A. Completing compliance documentation for them. B. Providing career guidance and practical insights. C. Conducting formal evaluations only. D. Delegating regulatory responsibilities. 19. Which evaluation method is most effective for measuring long-term safety program impact? A. Pre-training quizzes. B. Incident trend analysis. C. Attendance records. D. End-of-course surveys. 20. In adult learning, self-directedness means learners prefer to that. A. Rely solely on instructors. B. Take responsibility for their learning. C. Avoid decision-making. D. Follow rigid structures. 21. The purpose of hazard communication training is to ensure employees A. Pass certification exams. B. Understand and apply safety data sheets. C. Rely on supervisors for all safety decisions. D. Complete annual refresher courses only. 22. Which curriculum development step ensures measurable training outcomes? A. Writing clear learning objectives. B. Scheduling sessions in advance. C. Assigning trainers. D. Distributing materials. 23. Effective communication in multicultural workplaces requires A. Ignoring cultural differences. B. Using culturally sensitive approaches. C. Eliminating feedback loops. D. Relying only on written messages. 24. Which regulatory framework emphasizes a systems-based approach to safety management? A. ISO 4501. B. FMLA. C. HIPAA. D. ADA. 25. Mentoring effectiveness and safety programs can best be evaluated by A. Number of mentoring sessions conducted. B. Mentee performance improvements. C. Mentor certification status. D. Regulatory citations received. 26. Which teaching method promotes problem-solving in safety training? A. Demonstrations only. B. Case-based learning. C. Rote memorization. D. Reading assignments only. 27. Safety training effectiveness is enhanced when evaluation feedback is used to A. Document regulatory compliance only. B. Revise and improve training content. C. Increase training hours. D. Satisfy reporting requirements. 28. Which adult learning principle emphasizes practical application of knowledge? A. Motivation. B. Relevance to work. C. Memorization. D. Passive listening. 29. Regulatory compliance and safety management ensures that organizations A. Compete in global markets. B. Meet legal standards and protect workers. C. Eliminate training altogether. D. Focus on profitability only. 30. Mentoring relationships are distinguished from coaching primarily by A. Focus on short-term goals. B. Emphasis on long-term development. C. Use of standardized tests. D. Strict hierarchical structures. 31. Which evaluation method provides qualitative insight into safety training? A. Focus groups. B. Injury rate analysis. C. Compliance checklists. D. Attendance sheets. 32. Curriculum alignment with Bloom's taxonomy ensures A. Training is legally compliant. B. Learning objectives are structured from basic to complex. C. Cost savings in training programs. D. Learners memorize policies. 33. In communicating safety policies, which method is most effective during emergencies? A. Email reminders. B. Public address announcements. C. Staff meetings. D. Policy manuals. 34. Which principle of adult learning suggests that learners are motivated by internal factors? A. External reinforcement. B. Intrinsic motivation. C. Task repetition. D. Instructor control. 35. A safety management specialist evaluating a training program's ROI should consider A. Reduction in incident-related costs. B. Number of training hours logged. C. Total employees trained. D. Course completion rates. 36. The most effective mentoring programs are characterized by A. Rigid schedules. B. Mutual goal setting. C. Minimal communication. D. Informal conversations only. 37. Which type of evaluation occurs during the delivery of training to improve effectiveness in real time? A. Summative evaluation. B. Formative evaluation. C. Diagnostic evaluation. D. Benchmark evaluation. 38. Adult learners retain information better when training includes A. Monotonous repetition. B. Real-world problem-solving activities. C. Instructor-centered lectures only. D. Passive note-taking. 39. Regulatory compliance failures in safety management can result in ... A. Reduced productivity only. B. Legal penalties and increased risk. C. Improved morale. D. More flexible policies. 40. In curriculum development, sequencing content logically helps learners by A. Reducing training costs. B. Building knowledge progressively. C. Shortening evaluation periods. D. Meeting instructor preferences. 41. The most effective communication tool for ensuring employees understand safety procedures is A. Two-way dialogue. B. One-way memos. C. Complex terminology. D. Silent demonstrations. 42. A mentoring approach that focuses on developing safety leadership skills is best described as A. Directive mentoring. B. Developmental mentoring. C. Passive mentoring. D. Procedural mentoring. 43. Which evaluation method measures whether learning objectives were achieved immediately after training? A. Post-test assessments. B. Long-term performance reviews. C. Incident rate analysis. D. Safety culture surveys. 44. Which adult learning principle emphasizes respect for learner autonomy? A. Self-concept. B. Instructor authority. C. Task orientation. D. Rote learning.